It's proof that I'm a small business owner, but I'm sitting here in front of you doing this interview. We want every product of ours to have a backing of science. The world of nutrition fascinated me. It's only Wefast which keeps me in touch with all my Sindhi food, which I don't cook myself. So our dream ETA now is to take Goodeats to every part of India and to every home. Hi, I'm Sangeeta Kalwani, the co-founder of Cafe Nutrition and Goodeats, and I'm super excited to be here on What's Your ETA by Borzo Wefast.
Healthy eating is something everyone talks about, but very few sustain. When did you realize nutrition could become a serious business opportunity?
Let me start from the very beginning. I think I saw a huge nutrition gap, a huge lifestyle gap the minute I became a mother. I realized that, I was at home, I was taking a career break, and I realized that everybody around me was eating only the right things when they had a problem. They weren't really looking after their eating habits or their lifestyle habits unless they had a health issue. And since I was eating, I was studying nutrition, I was studying it for my children to give them the best. It stayed with me that why are people behaving like that? Why are they only talking about nutrition when they want to manage a disease condition? Why are they not going into preventive healthcare? And I think that was huge for me. That realization was very powerful. And that thought became Cafe Nutrition.
You come from a background in commerce, IT, and international trade. How did you get into nutrition and entrepreneurship?
So, as I discussed before, I was studying nutrition. I was studying it only for my own children. I wasn't studying it to take it to the world at that point in time. But at a certain space, I realized that it fascinated me. The world of nutrition fascinated me. I got to know that just by changing my food patterns, I could improve the quality of my life and also increase the span of my life. That's when I realized I need to take it to others. And at that same point in time, I also met a co founder, my current co founder, and we connected over this nutrition gap. We realized that we both are confident, we have clarity about what we want to do, and we had a very definite purpose. That's when we said, let's take a leap and build something meaningful.
Cafe Nutrition sits at the intersection of counseling, services, and now products with good eats. What have been the most challenging phases while building and expanding the brand?
So in building a wellness brand, the most important thing that we have to take care of is credibility. So in nutrition, when people are buying a product or they're even buying a service, they're not just buying it, they're actually putting their trust in us. And that's the trust we take very seriously at Cafe Nutrition. And in the early days, we had to earn this trust. We did it very slowly, one client, one corporate, one school at a time. Now, with launching Goodeats, which is a brand, a food brand, we've added a new layer. And at this moment, what we want to do is we want to be a very honest brand. We do not want to come across as putting in anything which is only as a marketing gimmick. We want every product of ours to have a backing of science, a backing of quality assurance, which we will give it as nutritionists.
As a woman entrepreneur in the wellness space, have you experienced moments where you had to work harder to be taken seriously?
I grew up in a home where independent thinking was very, very encouraged. I had an early career in tech where I had excellent mentors. I continue to have amazing friends who support me and they want to see me successful. Being a part of Flow has been very enriching for me. I'm a recent member of Flow, not very old member, but I've had tremendous support from the past chairpersons, the current chairperson. It's proof that I'm a small business owner, but I'm sitting here in front of you doing this interview, right? So I'm definitely I feel Flow has contributed in a big way. And I now have different perspectives to my business, which I didn't have earlier because I have exposure to business forums, to leadership conclaves, which I didn't have earlier. So, yes, it has really attributed a lot to my growth. So honestly, I don't think I have had to fight for my space or, I've always felt supported, and that's the reason it's made all the difference.
For a nutrition and wellness business like yours, how big of a role does timing play in shaping client experience? How important is reliable logistics in your day-to-day operations?
So, before talking about my brand, I would like to talk about my experience with Borzo as a person. And I'm a very forgetful person. So Borzo really helped me whenever I used to reach office. There were always some cables or something which I would leave back home. And the first thing my maid would hear is that please bhej do, and we would Wefast it. Wefast was the word. It wasn't Borzo then. So yes, another thing is that I'm not a good cook, so I always get food delivered to me from all my cousins, and it's only Wefast which keeps me in touch with all my Sindhi food, which I don't cook myself. So that's from the space of my personal space.
Yeah.
And when we launched the brand, we realized that the food brand, which was very different from our service brand, we realized that the last mile experience was what made or broke the brand. People want to get the product in the same way that we would pack it with care. We wanted it to be received in the same way. And when we launched it, we realized that all the reliability part is being taken care very well by Borzo. So we could concentrate. It gave us peace of mind, and the deliveries were going smooth. So both my partner and me would focus only on putting out better products in the market.
If someone had asked you what's your ETA when you first started Cafe Nutrition, what would your answer have been then and what is it today?
I think the core ETA has remained the same. It's always been proactive healthcare in daily life. That's been the ETA from the very start till now. But earlier, when we were in counseling, or even today, when we are in counseling, the impact is very real, but the reach is very limited. We cannot reach out to all the people because they either they don't want nutrition counseling, or they feel that they can get it, on internet through AI. There's no need for it for any kind of counseling. That's what they feel. And but today, once we've launched Goodeats, we have the products, and products give us an exponential runway. And here I would like to add that I do like the teachings of the Gita. And the teachings of the Gita say that do your work and don't think of the outcome, detach yourself from the outcome. But we've become very ambitious at Cafe Nutrition. Our dream ETA now is to take good eats to every part of India and to every home.
One big myth about the nutrition or the wellness industry.
That it's all about quick fixes and what you see on reels, but real nutrition is all about consistency,
One thing women founders are underestimated on.
resilience, and we don't just survive. I think in every field we outperform.
One non negotiable thing for you as a founder.
Integrity, no shortcuts.
One word that best describes your journey so far.
Purposeful.
Awesome. All right. That brings us to the end of this segment. Thank you so much for doing this with us.
Thank you so much for having me on What's Your ETA by Borzo Wefast. Here's to creating more impact by making more people choose health every day. Thank you so much.